All right. Hi, folks. We're live over on YouTube, and there's a couple of us here on Zoom. If anybody on YouTube ever wants to join us on Zoom, you're more than welcome to join my Patreon, and you'll be invited to those. But you can also join, anyone can join the Tuesday Playalongs, which will be later in the month. This month, instead of Tuesday, the second and third Tuesdays of the month, I will be doing the third and fourth Tuesdays of the month. So feel free to join us on Zoom over there as well. If you want to say hi in the chat over on YouTube, please do. I'd love to know that you're watching. And if you're joining for the first time, welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. We will do our sort of typical format, which is to play songs from the beginner songbook, and I will talk about instruction just a little bit for each song from a beginner standpoint. And then you're welcome to make requests. So the folks here on Zoom can make requests either by unmuting or by putting it in the chat, and folks on YouTube can put it in the chat and let me know what you want to play. I did pick out a song for our first song. I thought we could do a Beatles number here. We can approach the Ballad of John and Yoko from the beginner standpoint, and if anybody's played it with me or has done my tutorial with the riffs and everything, you can throw those in. But I'm just going to assume that we're all working from the beginner angle again when I give my instruction. So let me say here, oh good, we've got some people saying hi over on YouTube. Angela and Genevieve, great, nice to see you both. You're welcome to play, as I said, the riffs and the trills, but I'm just going to play it very straightforward. In fact, I'm going to start out even without the chuck, and then if you want to add the chuck, you're welcome to, and maybe I'll add it partway through. But we can approach this song with it's just 4 chords with just a down up strum. You don't even have to do the chuck. And of course, you can always go back to single strums if something gets a little fast or a little intimidating or the chords are tricky for you. But I'm going to play it like this: down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'm going to kind of hit that second down as if I were chucking, but if you need to weight them evenly, that's fine too. I'm doing it on the D chord. And then maybe when I change the page, I'll switch into doing some chucking, and you can do the down, up, chuck up. If you want to practice your chuck, you can just keep on going down, up if you don't want to. All right, so let's try this one here. It's mostly the same verse all the way through, and then on the beginning of the second page rather, there's this little short bridge here, but otherwise it's all very similar. Let's give it a try. Let me get the whole first page on the screen. There we go. There's a little D chord at the top there if that got hidden a little bit for you. Sorry about that. All right. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here's the intro. I did it more than 4 times because I wanted us to all feel settled into the beat. 2, here we go. Standing in the dark at Southampton, trying to get to Holland or France. The man in the Mac said, "You've got to go back. You know they didn't even give us a chance. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me." Second verse, same as the first. Finally made the plane into Paris, honeymooning down by the Seine. Peter Brown called to say, "You can make it okay. You can get married in Gibraltar near Spain. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me." Third verse, and then we'll change pages. Drove from Paris to the Amsterdam Hilton, docking in our beds for a week. The newspaper said, "Say what you doing in bed." I said, "We're only trying to get us some peace. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me." 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Saving up your money for a rainy day, giving all your clothes to charity. Last night the wife said, "Oh boy, when you're dead, you don't take nothing with you, but your soul fake. Made a lightning trip to Vienna. You don't have to add the chalk, but I'm going to. Eating chocolate cake in a bag. The newspaper said she's gone to his head. They look just like two gurus in drag. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Last verse. Caught the early plane back to London. 50 acorns tied in a sack. The men from the press said, we wish you success. It's good to have the both of you back. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Now take your D chord and move it back to the first fret and come back to the D again. That's how I like to end this one when I end it simply. Just a little slide there. All right, great. Thanks for joining me on that one. I see John saying hello from Lower Early, England. Nice to see you again, John. Here's our table of contents. Let me know what else folks want to play.
You could do 500 miles.
Let's do it. You know, I almost opened with that one, so we're simpatico with our brainwaves today.
I made a short list and I almost put the Ballad of John and Yoko on it.
Good. Great. Let's do it. So this one is a nice one because if you want to try some simple finger picking, you can. If you want to try, more complicated things, of course, feel free to. But I will just give a little bit of instruction for simple strumming and simple picking. So for one thing, there's a couple of special chords in here with slashes. Slash chords almost work the same way on ukulele as they do on guitar, but not quite. And people use them in different ways. But when I've written the F/C, it really is like you put those two chords together. In this case, it's not always that way. But with the F/C, you kind of make your F shape, and then you add your C on top with your pinky or your ring finger, whatever's most comfortable for you. You can just play the F chord though. You don't have to play that special slash chord. And with the A minor /C, again, you could just play the A minor, but in this case, again, it's not always like this, but you can actually play that A minor note like you're playing an A minor chord, and then put your C note like you're playing a C chord on top. So those happen to be very simple slash chords. Again, that's not the rule of how to make slash chords. You don't just smash the two chords shapes together, but it works for those too. But again, just play usually you can get away with playing the chord in front of the slash if you're not sure how to play a slash chord and you're going through a song sheet. And they're totally optional in this case. What else do I want to say about this one? If you're going to, let's talk about how to pick it and how to strum it. I think we can do a simple island strum if we're going to strum it, because it fits really nicely into here, except when you get to these bolded chords, you're going to have to switch a little sooner, so you won't have time to do a whole island. Usually when we do that, I suggest this down, down, up, as it says up here in this top. I can't quite highlight it on my screen, but when you get to that E minor F, you can do it down, down, up, down, down, up, and then go back into your island on the G7. So you can do that each time you have the bolded E minor F. That goes a little faster. And if you wanted to pick it, you kind of want a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of pulse. You can do, or an 8 if you wanted to do a little faster. You could just do G, C, E, A. If you miss the train I'm on. That's going to work nicely with the island, because if you're strumming, we're going to be like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, pick 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's probably the simplest way to approach the strumming. Feel free to break out and do other things. How about I'll do a similar thing to last time where I'll add the picking towards the end. Maybe I'll add the picking at not a shirt on my back, but I'll start out by strumming. And we can do that intro with the island strum. We'll do one island strum per each of those chords written there until we get to that last C, and then we will do just a single strum on that last C in the intro. So they'll get us into the song nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, C. A minor. And if you don't know island strum, just do the down, down, ups, 2 per chord. Here's the F, A minor, G7, and C. Single strum, here, C. If you miss the train I'm on, you'll know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Second verse. Lord, I'm one, Lord, I'm two, Lord, I'm three, Lord, I'm four, Lord, I'm 500 miles from my home. 500 miles, 500 miles, 500 miles, 500 miles. Lord, I'm 500 miles from my home. I'll do the picking here, but feel free to keep strumming if you like. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name. Lord, I can't go home this away. This away, this away, this away, this away. Lord, I can't go home this away. Go back to strumming here. If you miss the train I'm on, you'll know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Single strum. All right, that's a nice one. I see a request from Angela on YouTube, having just recently got back from Hawaii. Can we do island style? That's great. You know, I've still never been to Hawaii and I'm so interested in going. That's lovely that you just got back from there. Let's look at island style and talk about how to approach it from the beginner angle. Oh, also, Andre saying hello from Germany. Nice to see you, Andre. Always good to have you in the chat. This one's a nice one. This island style arrangement is a Cynthia Lynn arrangement. It's a nice one because it has just 3 chords. So the C, F, and G7 work really nicely together in this song. And again, we can play the island strum. And if you can't play the island strum, just break it up into that down, down, up, down, down, up, or do single strums. We do each chorus twice through whenever we repeat the chorus. And it does tend to fall along just the 1 island strum per chord or 2 down, down, ups per chord. When you get to these F, C, and G7, C pairs in the brackets, that's also what's called a split measure, where you can do the down, down, up for each of those. You won't have time to do the whole island strum. And at the very end, we've got another nice tag ending C, G7, C, just like a little ending for the song there. It's a kind of a common Hawaiian simple ending, and also you hear it in country songs too, when you're in the key of C and have a G7 in there. Oh, Angela, you were at the Craig and Sarah Ook retreat. That's awesome. Well, that's definitely a bucket list item. They're amazing, and I'd love to go on there. They used to have the cruises where they were on the West Coast, and I know now they're located in Hawaii. That's awesome that you got to do that. All right. Oh, great. Curtis is joining us for the first time. Welcome. So this is our beginner level play along. Just to reiterate, you may have been here from the beginning, but just in case you weren't, we do 2 of these and 2 mixed level play alongs every month. All the dates are in a public post on my Patreon, so you don't need to be a patron to join in, but you'll find out about the times either through Patreon or through my website, which is newukenewyork.com, and you're welcome to join us for any of them. Oh, Genevieve knows Curtis. Wonderful. That's great. All right, so let's try this island strum intro here, or just do down, down, ups, or single strums. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, sorry. Sorry, go right into the singing. 1, 2, 3, 4, C. G7 and 2 C's, and then we'll sing. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Again, on the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Verse 1. Mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, homie salmon with the ice. We eat and drink and we sing all day. Kanikapila in the old Hawaiian way. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Repeat the chorus. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Verse 2. We call Grandma's house on the weekend clean yard. If we no go, Grandma gotta work hard. You know my grandma, she liked the poi real sour. I love my grandma every minute, every hour. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Down to the ending. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Here comes the tag. All right. Great suggestion, Angela. And let's see, is it Monique saying hi from Canada? Hello. Welcome. All right. So Curtis and Monique and anyone else who might be new, you're welcome to make requests from this table of contents. Let me know what you're interested in playing, and folks here on Zoom can do the same.
Rhythm of the Rain.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, it took me a second to process the sound, but yes, Rhythm of the Rain. Great. So this is one that sometimes when we play it in my Tuesday jams, we talk about the riffs and all that kind of thing. But because we're focusing on beginner-focused stuff here, I'll leave that to you. If you know how to play it, you can add those riffs in there. Otherwise, I will just talk about a more simple way to approach the song. We can pick the whole thing with just a G, C, E, A picking again, like we were doing the last time we were picking, just from your G to your A string. You can do that because we get a nice 8 pulse going in this song, and that will work for the whole song if you like. And if you want to strum it, the island will work nicely again. And it's just, again, when you get to these bolded measures that move a little faster, or bolded chords rather, that you'll want to split those into the down, down, up, or a single strum, or 2 strums, or whatever feels right to you rhythmically. I never feel like people need to strum it exactly the same way I strum it, but that's some suggestions if you want something to give you a suggestion. And you can ignore all of the other instructions unless you want to follow them. Those are really for more kind of advanced ideas for people, so. Oh, Carolyn is saying hi from the Catskills. Nice to see you tuning in, Carolyn. And John requesting, will you still love me tomorrow? We'll do that one next. Thank you. All right, so I'll start out with the picking here, and then maybe I'll switch into the strumming when we get down sort of to the middle of the song, The Only Girl I Ever Loved. And we will skip this instrumental tab in the middle. That's really, if you're playing it on your own and you want sort of the instrumental moment that's in the original song, you can insert that there, but we won't bother to do it in our beginner focused here. All right, so let's try here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a C. There's not much of an intro to this song, so we'll just do that a couple times. 1, 2, here we go. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. The only girl I've ever loved has gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. Rain, please tell me now, does that seem fair? For her to steal my heart away when she don't care. I can't love another when my heart's somewhere far away. The only girl I've ever loved has gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. You want to strum here? Rain, won't you tell her that I love her so? Please ask the sun to set her heart aglow. Rain in her heart and let the love we knew start to grow. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. We can do those last two lines one more time for an ending. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. And since I didn't start strumming until after that bridge, The Only Girl I Ever Loved, I just want to play for you what that would sound like. So if you're working on this song on your own and you want to strum the whole thing, then this is how that bridge would go, and then you'd have all the pieces of the song with strumming. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. The only girl I... Oops, sorry, that's not the bridge. We did do the bridge. Oh, yeah, because I switched on Rain, won't you tell her? Oh, good. Oh, good. So you've got all the pieces there. If you want to strum the whole thing, you can do that, or you can go back even into my playlist on YouTube and listen to another playthrough that we've done where we strummed the whole thing. You could look at that too. All right, we're going to do Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow next. And I'm seeing a comment from Angela that on Island Style, they call the each sides of Oahu the windward and the leeward sides. That's very nice. That's how they geographically refer to them. That's cool. All right, let's look at Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow. This one is another one that we could do with an island strum, but just to break things up a little bit, let's do this one with the down, down, up strum. Because I know there's some people, I've talked to some people who are either trying to get away from doing island strum for everything, or who are not yet learning the island strum, and so we'll simplify this one even a little bit more, or it'll be a change up if you often do island strum. Of course, you can strum it island strum on your own, that's fine. But if you want to follow me, I will strum this one with that down, down, up, down, down, up. Which for these chords are going to get 2 of those usually, because you'll have a full measure before you switch your chords. So let's try it. Feel free to follow me in strumming or not, but I'll play this down, down, up all the way through. 2, here's the intro. F, G, first C, second C. You can sing it here. Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight the light of love is in your eyes. just looking at the middle of this one, if you would like to play this one with the variation that I've written in on When the Night Meets the Morning Sun, you can actually stop strumming at the beginning of that line and just do 3 down strums for both the A minor and the D minor, which would sound like this. You could do, but will my heart be broken when the night meets the morning, and then go back into your strum. So that's another option you have when strumming this one. But since I didn't warn you about it ahead of time, I did not do it in the middle of the song, so I didn't want to throw anybody off. All right. You know what? Give me more requests if you have them. But I also, when we were scrolling through the W's just then, I saw What's Up, and I thought that might be a fun one to do. So we'll do that one in addition to whatever else gets requested in the next little bit. Any other requests off the top of anybody's head? Curtis is asking if the Patreon covers intermediate and advanced lessons. You know, with the Patreon, I do tutorials for my patrons. I'm doing right now about 1 per month. And that's for everybody at every level. And then I'm doing 1 per month that's just free and open to everyone on YouTube as well on different topics and songs. And I do have a level that some patrons are at that you can take a 30-minute lesson with me one-on-one. But otherwise, it's kind of, we're building it. So right now, I'm mostly doing these 4 open to everybody play-alongs every month, and then I'm kind of seeing what else my patrons are interested in, and patrons get replays and things like that. But if you check out my Patreon page, you can see for each level kind of what comes with it, and I try to make sure there's value at all the levels, so hopefully there you'll find that. Oh good, Andre is requesting Son of a Preacher Man. So let's do Son of a Preacher Man, and then let's look at What's Up. Son of a Preacher Man is a fun one because, again, if you like chucking, if you're working on your chucking, you can throw a chucking strum into this one, or you can play regular island strum or any variation on island strum like that down, down, up. I am probably going to do just regular island strum on this one, and then when we do What's Up, we'll try the rock strum. And we've got another request here from Kathy in our Zoom for King of the Road, so great, we'll do that one too. So the way that this one works, you've got pretty much all those chords in the key of D until you get down here to the bridge, and then we go into C, but the chords don't get very much more difficult. They just change a little bit. So know that your chords are going to change slightly when we get to How Well I Remember, but it's still, they're still within these same 5 chords that are not too hard to play. All right, so let's try this one out. About this tempo, let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered round and started talking, that's when Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he'd look into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, yes, he was. 2, 3, 4. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started sweet talking to me, he'd come and tell me everything is alright. He'd kiss and tell me everything is alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. All right. I see a request for Eternal Flame, but I think that one is not in our beginner songbook. I think that's in our Tuesday mixed level songbook because it's got trickier chords in it. So we may not be able to play that one for this one, but if you come to one of our Tuesdays, which are coming up third and fourth Tuesday of this month, then we could play that one at one of those. And you could join me on Zoom if you like. All right, so let's look at what's up. Cynthia has given us a ton of different strumming pattern ideas, but if you're a beginner, I'm going to suggest you do the basic rock strum with me, or you do single strums or something like that that feels more, even easier to you. But for the basic rock strum, all that means is we're doing like 4 downs with an up at the end, and you can even leave that up off and just do the downs. At its very most basic, you're just doing a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the G chord. If you want to throw on that up at the end, it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. So just think of those beats though. You don't have to worry too much about that up. Just want to hit, especially the 1 and the 3 on a song like this. It's not going to go super fast and it only has 3 chords. So if this is a new strum to you, feel free to give it a shot. If it's too tricky, go back to what works for you. But it is a good song in the sense that it doesn't go super fast with the strumming and there are just those 3 chords. So it's a nice one to try something new on if you know the song. It can be tricky if you've never heard the song before to work a new strum into it, but give it a shot if you like. And hello to Cheryl who joined us over here on Zoom. It's nice to see you. All right, so let's start with the G for the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. We'll do it twice. Now A minor. You do that pattern twice again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. 2, 4, and here we go. 25 years of my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope. 3, 4, for destination. Very similar next 2 lines. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, or whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out that's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. Melody repeats. So I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? This line happens twice and I say, what's going on? And I say, what's going on? And I try, oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray, oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day And I say, hey, I say, what's going on? We're gonna end on O down G. There we go. All right. Oh, good. Andre's saying, much joy to play. Good. I'm so glad to hear it. Let's look at King of the Road next. We've got time for several more after this as well. So if you have requests, get them ready. I love this one here. You'll find this one in different keys in other songbooks, especially if people with lower voices than mine have arranged them. I like this key though, for me personally. If you don't love this key for your voice, try taking it to a transposition website like the one that I like. It's called Logue, Logue, which is totally free, and putting it into the key of C and see if you like C better. If this is not the right key for your voice, you might prefer C. All right, and this one also has a little tag on the end that I like, where you take your G chord shape and you're on the 2nd and 3rd fret, and you just slide that back to the 1st and 2nd fret. You're playing kind of like a modified F sharp when you do that. It sounds a little funky, but that's okay because you're going to go right back to the G. So it's just a little da, da, da. That's how we end this one, which is fun to do. And when you're in the key of G and you have these kinds of chords, try that on other songs too. It can be a fun little tag. All right, let's try this one. You can do this one with an island. You can do this one with that down, down, up. You can just do kind of the 4 down strums or just 1, 2. Maybe we'll start like that, just as another option for people who are more beginners and don't love island strum. We'll do 2 strums on the beginning of this song, and maybe I'll switch on the bridge to an island strum if you want to experience that. And the bridge is this. I know, sorry, it's not highlighting the right line. I know every engineer, that's the bridge part. All right, so, the other thing you can do this one is just try some knocking on the body of your instrument, which is fun. When we get to this D7, I ain't got no cigarettes, you can do strum, I ain't got no cigarettes, but we're just gonna do a rhythmic knock there. Feel free to try it, or you don't have to. You can just do the single strums if you want. And when we get to the middle here, right after the bridge, I'm gonna do, similarly, every lock that ain't locked when no one's around, and then I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I sing. So you can try that one too if you want to along with me. Not too tricky. All right. So let's see, I've said I'm going to do the double strum here, so it would go like this. It would go, trailer for sale for rent. We'll just start like that. And if you want to do a more complicated strum, please feel free. All right, so let's do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. 3rd boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Old worn out suit and shoes, I don't pay no union dues. They smoke hot stogies I have found, short but not too big around. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all of their children and all of their names, and every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. 3, 4, 5, 6, I sing. Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but road. That's your little tag on the ending there. All right. Oh, and Genevieve has requested Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. So let's go up and look at that. Oh, wait. Yes, but not as far as I just went. It's very close in the alphabet, actually. I just started scrolling with wild abandon. Here we go. So this is another great Cynthia Lynn arrangement that we can do with a simple rock strum. And again, if you want to leave off that last up, if you want to just do 2 down strums, make it work for you. But I'm going to play the simple down, 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 up, and you see you get 2 per chord. The hardest part of this song, and I've said this before, is actually how the lyrics fit in with the strumming. The strumming and the chords are easy, but there's a slightly odd rhythm, and the melody even changes on the 4th verse, I think. So just, if you don't know this song well, hang in there and keep strumming, and I'll do my best to get the lyrics in the right timing. Let's see here. Let's get the whole song on the screen. There we go. There it is. There's the outro. So we can just barely see those chords at the top. Sorry, but there's an A minor and a C, an A minor, and an F. So very simple chords for this one. Let's try it about this tempo. 1, 2. Here's the intro. Remember, we're doing 2 down, 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 ups, and we're doing 2 chords in a row. So we're actually sort of doing 4 in this intro. So here's the A minor, down, 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 down. Second A minor. Now the first F. 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was 4. I was doing it right. 2. Here's the second C. 4. First verse. Her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Here's the second C, and then we'll go back up to verse 2. Yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me. And it's so sad to think that she don't see what I see. But every time she asks me, do I look okay, I say. Here's the second C, we'll go to the chorus. When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. Here comes verse 3. Here's the C. Her lips, I could kiss them all day if she'd let me. Her laugh, she hates, but I think it's so sexy. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Verse 4 is a slightly different melody, just to throw us off. Oh, you know, I'd never ask you to change. If perfect's what you're searching for, then just say the same. So don't even bother asking if you look okay. You know I'll say. Get ready to go back up. When I see way Cynthia broke that down for us. The way she puts it on the page makes it really work a little bit better than if it was not lined up so neatly. So thank you to Cynthia. All right. And any of these Cynthia Lynn charts that are in my songbook are available publicly. You can get them through her Gumroad site as well for free if you would like just standalone versions of any of those songs. And all of mine are on my website as well as standalone if you just want one page of this. All right, we could probably do 2 more songs if they're not super long at this point. Any requests?
How about Fields of Gold, Jenny?
Great.
I still can't talk, so.
Save your voice.
Darn grandkids.
Yes, they absolutely will do
Super
that.
sick.
Oh, good. You had put that in the chat and I missed it. Sorry. Thank you for keeping me honest and letting me know. So let me know, Cheryl, do you prefer to pick this one or strum it? We'll do this one how you like to play it. What do you want to do?
I'm probably not too good at picking yet, Jenny, but it's pretty either way. Maybe half and half, because other people probably can.
Okay. Yeah, well, and the way that I do suggest that people strum it again is that very simple, just G, C, E, A, but this one does go a little bit faster, so it might be easier even for beginners if we slow down the picking, and meaning that we will pick on the beats and not the off beats. So instead of doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I'm just doing it on a C chord just for demonstration purposes, we could actually do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could try that. Maybe we'll do that for the first half of the song, and then we'll do strumming for the second half of the song. And the island strum is nice on this one. But maybe let's make it even simpler just because it's fun to try different things, and you can hear us play this one with island strum in a lot of our replays of this that are up on YouTube. So maybe when we get to, I guess I'll probably do the strumming on, see the west wind move, I'll switch to strumming there, down here in this middle section. The highlighting's all over the place. When we get to that, maybe I'll just do that version of that two strum strumming. So it's not as intense as the rock strum, but it's kind of like a little more than a single strum. So I'll try that, and people who want to follow me in that can. And if you'd rather do island strum through the whole song, anybody is welcome to do that too, because it'll work rhythmically with this. So let's see. Let's try a tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do E minor. We'll do it this tempo. You can do it twice as fast as this if you want to, but for people new to picking, this might feel more easy to do. 1, 2, 3. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold. Just keep playing the G while I explain what I didn't say before I started, which is those C and D that are bolded are going to move faster. So you only have time for 2 beats there if you're playing along with me. So just work it out the way you want. You just pluck one string. You can pluck them all twice, whatever you like. Here we go. So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun and his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. I'm going to switch to strumming here. See the west wind move like a lover's soul upon the fields of barley. Feel her body rise when you kiss her mouth among the fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I have broken. among the fields of gold. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun and his jealous sky that we walked in fields of gold, that we walked in fields of gold, that we walked in fields of gold, that we walked in fields of gold. And a single downstrom. There you go. Great suggestion, Cheryl. Thank you. Oh, Wolf, thanks for chiming in over on the chat. I see Wolf saying, such a great incentive to learn, play, and enjoy a great song to work with. Great. Andre's requesting Crucify. That's an intense closer, but you know what? It mentions Easter in it, so this is the weekend to do it, right? Because Tori Amos is so great, yes. And lived in Bremen. Is going to be live in Bremen in 3 days. That's amazing. I've seen her live once in college, and it was an incredible show. How cool. So let's look at Crucify. This one may not look like a beginner song at first, but it absolutely can be played more from a beginner angle. And I think we even played this one in our last beginner play along. This B minor 7 is a bar chord, but it's just one finger straight across all 4 strings. So try it out. If you've never played a bar chord or you hate bar chords, this is as simple as bar chords get. Just go all the way across your 2nd fret with your index finger. You can put your middle finger on top for a little extra pressure if you want, or you can even stack it. You could stack it like you can a D and just do 1 finger per string and play it without the bar. So feel free to experiment and see how you like playing that chord. Otherwise, we've got a G, C, A minor, F, and D minor. So they're pretty simple chords. I know the changes aren't always the easiest, but those chords are all well within our reach from a beginner angle. And we can do this one with a very simple rock strum like we've already been playing in some other songs. So I will kind of sing us through it. If you don't know this song as well, try to keep to that 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2 if you want to simplify it. But this one does have a page turn also in the middle, but just so you know, we'll change pages when we get there. And Carolyn couldn't find the Zoom password. Sorry, but hopefully you'll be able to come to, we've got 2 Tuesday Zooms coming up. So they're the 3rd and 4th Tuesday of the month if you want to join us on Zoom. Anybody can join us on Zoom for those Tuesday sessions. All right, so let's do Crucify here, and I will sing for you. Sing along if you know it. We'll start with these single strums here that'll help get you into the rhythm of the song too. 1, 2, 3, 4, A. Every finger in the room is pointing at me. I wanna spit in their faces, then I get afraid of what that could bring. I got a bowling ball in my stomach, I got a desert in my mouth. Rock strum. Figures that my courage would choose to sell out now. I've been looking for a savior in these dirty streets. Looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising up my hands, drive another nail in. Just what God needs. One more victim. Why do we crucify ourselves? Single strums every day. Just for this F and G. I crucify myself. They move fast. And nothing I do is good enough for you. Crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being. Said my heart is sick of being in chains. Oh, chains. Oh, raising up my hands, drive another nail in. Where's those angels when you need them? Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself. Nothing to do is good enough for you. Crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being. Said my heart is sick of being in chains. Oh, chains. Oh, chains. Why do we crucify ourselves every day? All right. Gorgeous song to end on. Thanks for that request, Andre. I will say farewell to folks over on YouTube. Sorry for keeping you a few extra minutes, but thanks for being here. Hopefully you'll join us. We have another Saturday beginner live stream like this coming up later in the month, and like I said, 2 Tuesdays. So feel free to join us again. And thank you, folks over here on Zoom. That was really fun.